you want to know how to sidechain, you came to the right place. In this video, we're going to walk through how to do it. I'm going to show you some examples. Let's get over to Logic Pro and show you how to do it. So let's picture this. We got the melody up here that's just cruising along on its own. Right? Straightforward. What sidechaining does is with this kick drum, every time it hits, I want that melody to just duck for a quick second. So it kind of has this pulsing effect. You hear this on a ton of music. So how do we do that? So on this kick track, what I want to do is hit X so I can see all my tracks here. And then just make sure my kick is selected. And I'm gonna go ahead, hit this drop down, and then pick out any bus. So pick your favorite number. My go-to is 91. What that does is create a new track, which is your bus. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit Option click on this knob here. That's gonna send a signal to that bus. With this bus track, what I need to do is hit this and change this to no output so that the volume doesn't basically double. I'm gonna go up to the melody now and open a compressor in stereo. In this top right here, there's a sidechain option. And in this drop down, we're just gonna find that bus that we just created. So mine's 91, and then as soon as I hit play, watch and see what happens with this meter here. So you see it's kind of bouncing now whenever the kick drum hits, and even better, if I go to graph, you'll actually visualize and see how it drops with the kick drum. Alright, so we're making some progress already. So basically the threshold is going to kind of control the amount of the effect that you're going for. So if I wanted to boost this, I can just mess with the threshold. And you'll see how far down that melody is dipping whenever the kick drum hits. So what I want to do is increase this attack, because most of the time when we're doing sidechaining, quicker attack is better, and the release will work with that later. But I want you to imagine sidechaining like a big letter V. So with the attack, that's on the way down, and the release is on the way up. So you'll see in this graph here, it's kind of making a letter V as it goes. So on those slopes on the way down, I can control how fast it goes down, and with the release, I can control how fast or slow it goes back up. If I wanted the release to be much longer, you'll see it here. Now it's almost nothing. If I increase that release though, you'll see it immediately come back up. So the quicker the release, the quicker it comes back up, and same thing with the attack. So at this point, I'm really just experimenting until I kind of find that sound that I'm looking for. So it's very minimal here, but I turn this threshold, look at that. Why I like to keep this attack pretty quick is because when the kick drum hits, I want that melody to duck pretty quickly. And overall, if I turn this compressor off, here's how it sounded originally. So I mean, that's standard, but I turn this back on. And also beware, as you're messing with the threshold, the volume might change a little bit, so that's where this output gain comes in handy. So if it's getting too loud, you just turn the output down a little bit. The ratio knob, as I turn this up, you'll see that the impact is a little bit harder. So that effect is a lot more profound when I turn the ratio up. So again, threshold and ratio kind of control the amount of the effect that you're going for. Attack and release really shape the effect. We're gonna get into a couple examples how I used it personally to help elevate some of my beats. All right guys, so over in this beat here, I'm just gonna go straight to the drop and play it, and you'll just pay attention to see if you hear the sidechaining. Alright, so where does the sidechaining take place? As you heard in the drop, there's these vocals here. And so what I did was throw the compressor on the summing stack that had all of the vocals in it. In this compressor, I've gone with a different setting, but still I've gone with the sidechain. You could actually just go straight to the instrument track with the kick on it. and just select it that way. Instead of doing all the bus stuff, oftentimes this works perfectly fine too. So what I've done is just add that sidechain here. And so you'll watch and see in this graph view when the drop hits. So those dips that are happening are where the kick drum hits. And so whenever the kick drum hits, the vocals are gonna dip and just create a bunch of more space. So as an artist in the studio, if I'm recording, I have a lot more space for my vocals, not too distracted by the beat. So that's just something small and slight. So I've added to these vocals. So again, on this drop, as it hits, and I could even take this a step further. So like on my piano here, I have another compressor. I'm gonna go ahead and the sidechain, find that same kick drum, and then do the same thing. So I'm gonna just solo this. And you'll see immediately, it's ducking with the kick. It's really cool. So that sounds really good too. As soon as the kick drum is done hitting, the melody kind of comes back up, creates a lot of space for the artist. So that was hip hop. Let's go into a dance track. Gotta bring out the laptop for this one. I made the beat on my laptop. So in this dance track, what I did with a certain melody that goes to a higher octave during the drop is I wanted that sidechain to come into play as the kick drum also started to play. And so what I've done on this octave, I'll just go ahead and play it. What I want you to focus on is this melody here. So as it goes that higher octave, this part. That's the part that I ended up throwing this compressor on. And just like we did before with the bus, I just assigned a bus to that kick drum track, sidechain to that bus track, and then boom. And you can hear it now that I'm calling it out, but if I had turned this off and just left it as is, it's cool. Like, I'll play it from the drop too. So without the sidechain, nothing is happening to the melody. It is just playing straight through over top the drums. And if there's low end clashing with it, you just gotta work with the EQ and do a bunch of other stuff. Sidechaining just helps create a ton of space. So that's why I recommend trying it out. So I'm gonna throw that back on during this drop. I'll flip back and forth. So there's nothing. I'm gonna turn it back on. So it just creates that pulsing effect. That's really dope. I also added it to these horns here. So I was just having fun on this dance track. Overall, that sidechaining really just helps create that airiness, and it's something that you hear in all types of house and dance music, as well as hip hop. Anything that creates more space, gives it more flavor. I'm all for it. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We learned how to sidechain. Hope you know how important it is now. Go try it out yourself. Give it a whirl. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, go be a lad and do so. I very much appreciate it. Till the next one, guys, I will see you. Keep making music, keep it simple, and see you guys soon. Peace.